invincible. Good morning and welcome to MightyOxTrading. Happy Friday. I hope everyone's had a great night, ready for a great day. Good morning, Tris. Good to see you. So, overnight, let's kind of top seat. Well, no, I guess maybe not. Overnight, we came up, we came down. What did I just do? There we go. We came up, we came down, then we're going up again now. ES hit 72.65, which is an all-time high. Dropped all the way down to 72.46, which isn't that big of a drop. About 19 points. NQ hit 27.674, which also is an all-time high. Dropped down to 536, so it's about 140 points or so. Copper dropping hard. Can you drop it like it's hard? Drop it like it's hard. Drop it like it's hard. I have no idea. Anyway. About 160 ticks. Ultra bond, tight range is normal. I don't know why I look at the ultra bond. Crude oil, sorry, got about 80 ticks, 80 points, sorry. I'm sorry, that was gold. Crude oil. I should just start the stream over. Damn. Anyway, crude about 250 ticks. Bitcoin sitting at 77.5. That's where we sit standing, whatever body posture you're choosing to take today, as I fumble my way through. Morning, Hassan. How are you? That short did very well. Twas a good call as normal. Getting a pullback here. ATR is only about 5. Maybe not a pullback there. Maybe a pullback there. It can't decide. But I got distracted for just 1 second, and I missed the entry. I'll watch the 5-minute now. Hey, Mr. G, how are you today? Yuck. It's like 40 here right now. Mayday, Mayday. Yep, happy May 1st. This did come down. They should have taken that purple. Crude popping up as NQ comes down. Nice move to the downside. How did everybody do in April? Morning, Carlton. How are you? Oh, well, something just happened. Quick spike. Spiked up 37 points there. Came back down about half of it. Doing good. Up hard here. Looking for headlines. Something's going on. There we go. An Iranian diplomatic source told Al Jazeera Tehran presented a new proposal yesterday to the Pakistani mediator. Iran delivered on Thursday to the United States to the Pakistani mediators its response to the latest U.S. amendments to the agreement to end the war, regional source tells Axios. Just that little thing, even though none of these have ever resulted in anything, it's causing the market to explode up. Overnight high, 674. Then we're watching for a pullback. Got double bells. Double bells. Double bells. Morning, Jay. How are you today?
Order filled.
Looks like you didn't want to go there like I thought I was going to. I'm doing good. Oh, we still rising back up. So I was wrong, and I should have got out in the first green candle. Oh wait, come on back down, baby. Five-minute candle about to close. Hey, Crypticon, how you doing? It's coming back. Purple candle on the one. Let's see if it gets through the 9 though. It has. closed. Let's see if it can. It's touching the 9. Reduce my stop. Yeah, maybe I should have gotten out break even before it bounces there on the 9. Looks like that's what it wants to do. Yep, perfect bounce off the 9 for the stop out. Damn. Could have got out break even. Are you putting your hand up to answer, Hassan? Or did you forget you already said hello? What do we know from this? That it's going to be a weird day? G? We're still rising up. Got double bells on the 5. Struggling to get higher. It's like me when I'm out of weed. Just kidding, I don't use weed. Got an entry forming possibly on the 5. Watching it. And it bounces on the 9 again. On the 1. So far, it looks like 5-point scalps would be the way to go. Boop. Can't get higher, can't go lower, just kind of sitting here. Now we're coming down and I missed the signal. Took my eye off the prize for 1 second. Missed the signal on the 5. It's coming back though, giving me an opportunity to get back in if I want to, or to get in. I'm going
Order
to.
filled.
What the hell? There we go. Are you gonna really get? Oh, you got down 3 points away from my target. Come on, go the rest of the way. I don't believe that bounce. Come on. Don't be a fool. Come back down. 601 is all I want. It's not too much to ask.
Order
there we
filled.
go. We got 10 points. Chat got all quiet. It's time to wake up, people. Party people. Now we'll see if this goes down to 591 area, which would be the 90 MA on the 5, which technically, if I was playing the 5-minute chart, would be my target. Morning, JJR. How are you today? It's still kind of floating down, but not with authority. Crude oil kind of sideways right now as well. Copper heading up. Gold heading up. Morning, JC. Have a great weekend, JC. Stay warm. Still trying to push down. My target would have been the 9 a.m. on the A on the 5 if I had played the 5-minute chart here, and so that would be 593-ish. Still kind of just sitting here, trying to get back down to 600. What's on the agenda for the weekend today? What's on the agenda for this weekend, guys? Morning, John. How are you? Something tells me JC's never set a foot in Hooters. I've never set a foot in Hooters. They try to sell you a discount for the Strait of Hormuz. Say no. I've never been on a cruise either. And honestly, I don't think I'm interested in a cruise. I mean, maybe, but I don't know. And okay, so that would have hit my target there. So this is the strategy I've been testing out. Well, when I say I mean Claude. And it has about a 70% win rate. If we go over to the 5-minute chart, entering after a blue area and targeting the 9. And then there's also a target of the 20 if I do 2 contracts. And you can see that easily won there. Are you going to look for pineapples when you're on the cruise, John? Wow, that was a quick drop. I have a feeling that might have been news driven because I've seen crude going up. Hey, ETC, good to see you. Thank you for becoming a herd member. Eventually, there might be some benefits of that. Right now, it's not really much benefit. Hey, I hope you have fun. I didn't know. I wasn't even sure Hooters was still around. I knew that they were going bankrupt and all that. Oh yeah, I guess they are still around. How's the trading been going, Crypt? Dow coming down there as well. Morning, Paul. Shit. Morning, Robin. Happy Friday. Popping back up. It's cold here, Hassan. I'm not wearing shorts. Couldn't chat. That's weird. Huh. Still pushing downward here. Downward dog. Oh, I guess that makes sense. I would have never thought about the first of the month people buying. I love my S25 Ultra, but I mean, I don't use my phone like most people use their phones. Like, I rarely use it to watch anything or all that. I prefer big screens. Just why I have four of them. Gotta love the contrarian headlines. Hey, Loot, haven't seen you in a while. I mean, yes and no. I never actually talk on the phone. I text occasionally. I use it for if I'm away from my computer. Then I'll use it to check Discord or whatnot. I use it as my alarm clock. I play games on it at time. You know, I have a couple of games I play, but if I'm at my computer, I might not pick up my phone for hours. Bouncing up here a little bit. I know a lot of people have conversations on their phones and stuff, but I do all that on like apps. So, you know, Discord, Facebook Messenger, and I just do that on the computer. It's understandable. Make sure to stop in every once in a while, though. Even if you don't want to, you know, even if it's better for your trading to be away, just make sure you stop in and say hi so we know you're doing okay. I always, you know, I hate losing track of people. As weird as that is, you know, and there's been so many that have just disappeared over the years that I don't know if they, you know, quit trading. I don't know if they struck it rich. I don't know if they just decided they didn't like me anymore. If they died. Yeah, or that. He actually replied to some streamer on Twitter yesterday saying, replying to that streamer, that that's the only streamer worth watching. So I replied to his comment with, "I love you too." Severe arthritis in your left hip? Do you need a hip replacement? He stopped in the stream last Monday evening stream, I believe it was. Talked for a bit. Morning, Ace. Reminder, Ace, it's Friday. Oh, if I could make one suggestion, add some collagen supplements to your regimen if you don't already. Good quality collagen. Yeah, he just needs to watch a couple of YouTube videos, Days, and he'll get it. Damn. Oh, that's right. I forgot you were carnivore, Loot. Good job. It really, I mean, uh, it's also, I mean, it depends what kind of meat you're eating. Like, ground beef has a lot of collagen, whereas muscle meat doesn't have a lot. Collagen is what builds your, is what builds, skin and bones, basically. It can. It can, it can help your skin look better. Collagen is the most structural protein in the body, acting as the primary glue that provides strength, elasticity, and support to connective tissues, including skin, bones, tendons, cartilage, and ligaments. It's crucial for maintaining skin integrity, joint health, and structural and tissue repair. Hey, Platt. I don't know how to. I don't know where to get peptides, Platt. I would love to try out some peptides. I also don't know how to inject myself, so that would be a problem too. I would need to figure that out. But I would love to get my hands on some peptides, but I don't know where to get them because they're a legally gray area. Yeah, I'm just saying it. There, you get. I was just. I shouldn't say. Yeah, I said that wrong when I said it's not in. You know, it's just. It's more abundant in something like ground beef. Ace is long. Are you looking okay right now? You can get peptides on Amazon. There's definitely some peptides I would love to try. Of course, I mean, there's some peptides that technically haven't been approved yet. Like, I know there's ways to get like the newest GLP-3, and I would actually like to try it out. I don't want to be on the GLP for the rest of my life, but I'd like to try it out to get started. Will it make you pretty? I mean, it'll make your skin look better, Hassan. Whether or not that turns into pretty, I can't say. GLP, like Ozempic, trizipatide, Wegovy. Mont C. I've watched some videos on that. I would love to get Mont C. I haven't heard of Clo or the other one you just said. Rising up here on NQ. Nice trade here for Ace. Yeah, Loot. That's exactly the one I was trying to say before. Retta. I would love to try that for 6 months to see if in that time I could lose some significant weight and uh, break the food noise. That's my main problem now. You know, I don't eat a lot. I can fast, but I get a lot of food noise still where I just want to eat. And then if I put myself in a situation to eat, I end up eating. Now, it's strictly carnivore foods, but you can still overeat some carnivore foods. And so, all right, I'll check that out. I'm sure you just confused everybody in the Discord, Plat. Well, but for me, it's not even hunger because you know I could be sitting here miserably stuffed, and I've done this back in the day where on when I was an extreme binge eater, and still think about how good something will taste to the point, if there's something within arm's reach or whatever, like like say my bowl still had two forkfuls in it or something, I would eat it. That's the type of food noise and because food addiction I deal with. Paul, you gotta understand, Ace. I mean, I haven't done this obviously in a long, long time, but there's been times in my past where I've sat down on a chair in front of the fridge and probably consumed 10,000 calories. Nice rise up here. Did get a blue candle there on the one, but it was giving me double bells, but I could have grabbed it. Well, it's giving me 5. Our ATR is still only 7.5. We are not moving real fast. We are back to 600. Yeah, and that's what people do wrong with GLPs is that they don't realize that that can happen. They think just not eating is a good thing, and they don't like force themselves to eat, so they start losing muscle. So you definitely got to make sure you're getting your protein in when you're on the GLPs. That's just amazing, Paul, considering the whole war thing going on. So yeah, if I can't figure out how to get my hands on it before then, whenever it gets approved, I will probably get it. Or unless, I it's weird because last year when I was losing so much weight, I really wasn't dealing the food noise went away. And then I ended up going into a depressed state and I started getting sloppy with my eating for a while, and then the holidays came, and now that I'm back on the carnivore and all that, but the food noise is just nice rise up here. I'm tired of the weight ruining my life. It's also why I will never judge an addict, whatever they're addicted to. I'll never judge them negatively because I know how hard being I'm a food addict. And the thing is about being a food addict, I mean, it's hard as hell, of course, to stop drugs, alcohol, whatever. But you don't need to continue having small amounts of those things in your life. Whereas food, you got to constantly control. It's not like I can quit food cold turkey or even quit cold turkey. It requires that constant control. We still rising. Well, maybe not now. I like this as this second purple candle forming. If it holds, I'm taking it. I think. Wow, Paul, that's a huge drop. Morning, Teo. How's the puppers?
Order filled.
I mean, I've never really tried going super clean. You know, I don't think I could do without eggs. I'm gonna be honest. And honestly, I mean, the price of beef right now. I mean, I could do it, but I part of me feels like that would give me feelings of feeling deprived. I don't know. I mean, I've heard that does help with food noise. I've seen Dr. Ken Barry say that. If you get really, really strict. Watch and see type situation, Teo, or are you gonna take her to the vet? Sounds like you have a beef with beef prices. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. I had to buy a 10-pound roll of ground beef in order to get 73.27 ground beef under $5 a pound. 10-pound roll barely fits in my fridge. I mean, I cut it up and got it in the freezer, but it's annoying not to buy that amount. Ground sausage is still only $3 a pound. Not as healthy, but still carnivore. Hello, USC. Good. Yeah, I do eat a lot of fish too. A lot of mackerel and a lot of sardines.
Order
There
filled.
we go. Target hit on that. We got 10 points. Yeah, I almost always cook in butter. I'm usually in a state of confusion or paranoia. Oh, I'm in Illinois. I've been meaning to do cod liver, or at least try it. I'm not sure I can hack it, but I actually like sardines. I want to every now and then I'll do what's called protein sparing modified fasting, which is where you eat like about 1,000 calories, between 800 and 1,200 a day for like a week, and sometimes on those days I might have a 15-ounce can of salmon, which is almost like it's like 100 grams of protein and in one can. Just don't know if I could eat almost raw liver. Granted, I haven't had liver since I was probably 8 years old. Now I like liver worst. Yeah, it's like 40 degrees here, USC. Actually, it's warmed up to 46 already, but it's only getting up to 58 today. Yeah, the rice don't work for me. I mean, it's all right. It's just it's not like I cook it or anything. I eat it right out of the can. Wife locked you out of the house, did she, Platt? Yeah, I was just joking, man. Time to get the headset ready. Ms. Melody should be with us shortly. All right, JJR. We'll miss you. What the hell am I doing? Still rising. I see AQ rising. I see profits on the way. He's in Canada. So he has winters 10 months out of the year, probably. Oh, hello, Flyboy Tip. Is that how you pronounce that? Hello, welcome to the stream. I stream live every day for 3.5 hours. I'll have a co-host that comes on here really shortly. She joins us for the back half. They're still he's still posting videos on the hockey thing, so I don't know if we upset him again or what. Nice rise back up here. Look at this go right before the bell. All right, what do you guys think? First 5-minute candle after the bell, red or green? Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Doing good. Wasn't sure I'd get my charts up in time, but we're rolling.
Excellent.
Seems like a pretty chill morning so far. Little pop early.
Yeah.
There's news this morning. Maybe.
Sorry to hear that, G. Yeah, we hit all-time highs overnight again. Oh, you're getting popular looking at the chat.
Hello, everybody. I'm glad to be here. I got my quant tower set up to share. I see that that looks super loud and just a lot going on. Charts are probably better.
Oh, dumb. I will say, I think the charts look much better than NinjaTrader's charts do.
You know, they really do on my screen too. I don't know what I mean, I know what NinjaTrader's problem is. They came out with this like over 10 years ago. But yeah, I think even to my own eyeballs, NinjaTrader's blurry.
So I took your advice, and well, first of all, I bought more credits, so I ended up going and buying the big package on COD. But I ran a Monte Carlo on the one main strategy for NQ 5-minute,
Mm-hmm.
and this is for it ran for ran it all, and it came out that at the absolute worst, with bad luck, the P&L over a 2-month period come up for $27,000, and for the absolute best, $85,000 would be 95 percentile. Uh, the max drawdown, uh, typically 8,400. It was the 50th percentile. On 0.8% of the simulations, it did go 20K in the drawdown, but on 30% it went 10K. It was profitable on 99.9% of the simulations. Win
Well, that
rate
sounds like a pretty good.
Yeah, win rate 64.6 and profit factor 1.67. Sorry, didn't mean to
Yeah,
cut you off.
that's really solid. So you have a bot ready? You're gonna automate it on an eval?
I'm gonna need to see if it can program me a bot.
Yeah, for sure. That's cool though.
Now, the only thing I don't like is that the average loser is bigger than the average winner, but I'm okay with that. I
But with
think.
a win rate of 64%,
Yeah,
that's what evens that out.
yeah, and it's not horrible. It's 769 to 838.
Okay. Yeah, that's not too bad.
2 minutes till the bell.
Was that on like 1 mini or?
Yeah, 1 mini. So that means with 1 micro, the max drawdown would average 1K, and only on 0.8% would it ever blow a 2K drawdown.
Yeah, that sounds pretty. I mean, it sounds pretty manageable. I'm trying to think like it would take a while. Well, it wouldn't. Like you're doing 2-month spans. So even at worst, you're making 2,000 in a month, right? It was like, no, what was the lowest
The lowest amount
amount
was
over 2 months?
27,000 over 2 months. So it'd be like 13,000 a month. So it'd be like 1,300 a month across, and then I mean, if I'm copy trading across X amount of accounts,
Yep.
and the
And I
median was 57,000.
yeah, that's pretty solid. And like if it, I mean, God forbid it take you 2.5 months to pass an eval or to get a payout, like that's still, it's not a year or 6 months or even 90 days. Like that's a pretty solid percentage that would pass within that amount of time.
We have the
And I
bell.
mean, at this point,
Sorry.
cool. No, you're fine. I'm just like, at this point, 1,300 a month sounds great.
Yeah. And honestly, once it's past the initial drawdown where it stops trailing, you could size up. I could size up because then it has additional drawdown where even if it does go 2,000 against me, it's not going to blow the account. Rising here up to 663, 674 is the overnight high. And that's a new high. New all-time high. 683, 684, 690. Do I hear 700? You're going to get to 698 and not get to 700? Really? I'm getting a blue shaded area on the NQ.
Yeah, like NQ moved a lot more than ES, but ES is moving too.
And their NQ got to its overnight high. It was probably like right there. Yep, there now it hit 700. The other thing is that while I didn't run Monte Carlos on them all, NQ, ES, YM, GC, and CL all came back on the regular test with win rates of over 60%. Still rising.
I can kind of work with 60%. I was riding at, well, like I don't even know what I'm at now because I've been bad about journaling. But I was right around like 52 to 55% win rate for a while. And like that was fine, but it was a little, I don't know, I think we all have that threshold mentally where it's like I can lose half my trades and be fine because I know I'm making money, or I can lose, 40% of trades, but once I start losing more than that, then it starts to weigh on me and then I have to walk it back. So like win rates and underestimate, or I think people need to think about your tolerance for win rate a little bit more. And mine is definitely not, I mean, I could never do like those 30% win rates, but you're still going for like 1 to 5 RR or something. Like that's just not me mentally. So 60 is doable though.
Now, Steve Cohen, who one of the richest men in the world and runs one of the biggest hedge funds, says generally his traders only win 50 to 55% of the time, with his best traders topping out around 63%. He says that high winning percentages are less important than strict risk control. But yeah, I totally agree with you. I don't like it. I mean, I'm obviously the holy grail is to have a strategy that's above 50% and above 1R risk to reward.
Yeah. Still cruising up, looks like. You think oil drops under 100 today? Because it's looking like it's trying to.
And all because this is, I mean, earlier they announced that Iran submitted another proposal to the Pakistani mediators. Like none of these have gone anywhere, so I don't know why they would think that one's going to do anything, but made everybody happy.
It's taken, man, it's still going. Anyone who longed to the open did pretty good.
Yeah, I mean that first 5 minute candle, by the way, whoever predicted green, holy wow, I didn't even realize how big it was. 103 points. Showing some weakness here, a little purple candle on the 1. But I don't know if I trust it yet. It's actually going away, so I don't need to trust it. Ace is in the Rocky Mountains. He doesn't give us the exact location. That witness protection program and all that. Yeah, he used dynamite to blast at a cave in one of the mountains. Makes a great bomb shelter, too.
Which is ironic if you bombed yourself in.
Wow, still going. $7.59 the new high. Yeah, it seems like it wasn't that long ago. I said, well, it looks like it might want 27,000. Now I'm saying, hey, it looks like it maybe wants 28,000.
I mean, we're really not too far from just 1,000-point days regularly, and it's kind of crazy.
Mr. G, yes, he does. He sends us pictures occasionally. I think it's time for this video. I should put this video on the thing. Where's OBS?
To the moon.
Little red candle pullback here. I don't know if I trust it. See how it finishes. 30 seconds. Oh, it's back to green too. Well, now I'll say what I said about 700 just like 3 minutes ago. Can't believe it's going to get this high and not hit 800. That figures that's the one that works. I didn't take the short there, but I would at least 10. Yep, that one down nicely. Well, now we're watching the setup here on the 5th on the 5 anyway. Yep, the setup on the 5 actually went away. I believe it was Hassan that was telling me to short, and I didn't because me and Claude were vibing. Oh yeah, we do have news. Thank you, Paul. Totally missed that. U.S. S&P manufacturing PMI. You sure those spots weren't teleportation devices to another planet, Teo? Remember, there's news coming up here in a couple of seconds, Luke. I don't know how much that news affects the market, but sorry, Teo, I forgot. Come down on the news. 20 points real quick. And it beat forecast by 0.5.
Order filled.
Trying to short. It's right into the 9, so it's probably a bad idea. It's broken the 9. Come on. Oh, it's bobbing on it. Give me a clean break. Red candle, still on the 9 though. It looks like I couldn't break it, and it's going to stop me. Well, maybe not. Come on back down. Let's try again.
Order
Took it
filled.
there for 12 points. Well, 11 points. Gee. I got out at the right time. We popped back up. The train came. I got off the tracks in time. Didn't have to file that insurance claim. Hey, Trade Spy. Sorry, missed you there. There's 800. So exactly 19 minutes after we hit 700, we hit 800.
We hit 28,000 today, because that could happen. Like, we're headed there.
It's giving me another setup on the 1. Now, the thing I'm going to look for on my strat, I forgot to press the button to go short there. That would have worked. I don't believe I had my finger on the button and I didn't let it go to enter. Anyway, the thing I want to look at this weekend now with that strategy on the 5-minute chart is whether when I start getting the blue shaded areas, which is the where I start looking for shorts on the 5, whether or not I can then look on the 1-minute chart to get in at an earlier entry.
Yeah, I think that could be a thing.
Yeah, I just don't know if it's going to give me a bunch of like possible false entries. So that's what I got to look at.
Right.
And we pop right back up. So I'm also thinking that if I do play the 1 minute, then they should almost be like short scalps down to its own 9. And then, because it looks like, it can quickly bounce until it gives me a more sure setup on the 5. So we'll look at that. Claude and I have the weekend planned.
And we're up.
Wow, 858, the new high. Oh, news on that one. Iran state-run IRNA says Iran's foreign minister Argachi briefs regional counterparts on Iran's stance to end the war. That is such a non-headline. Their stance to end the war. Their stance could be, we're going to blow everybody up. There's nothing about what that stance is. It doesn't say peace. It's amazing how they're just taking these little headlines and just being absolutely running with them.
Yeah, they're just making big. Yeah, everything's a big deal still, and I've seen that too. The headlines just keep getting less and less. Like there's no information given. Like you said, there's no stance taken. It's weird. Also, we have oil down to, I mean, we're still getting close to 100. But it did pop back up a little bit. So,
yeah, I guess there was also a headline right before that. They did put that one in red. That Exxon CEO says production that is currently offline in the Middle East can return relatively quickly once the strait reopens. Ouch, sorry, Platt. So the last 2 days, we're now up over 500. No, sorry. 600 points.
that's a lot.
Bring some back for everybody, Platt. You know the rules. feel like I've said something similar once or twice already this morning, but does NQ want 900?
Yep.
Does ES want 7,300? Nope, pull back. At 887. Yeah, bounces right back up. Down. Not the most convincing red candle, so I'm not going to take it. And good, I didn't. 889. Come on, give us 900.
I think we got gold new high day too. So it's going to the moon.
Oh, wow. Yeah, gold's running up too. Crude trying to hang on to 100 here. Copper's running. Bitcoin kind of ran too, up to 78.7. Euro's running. Nice work, GA. Yeah, I was wondering when I said I see Euro moving up if you were in that. Great job. Glad you didn't have to yell Mayday for May 1st. Come on, give us 900. Do I hear 900? 900? We at 895. Yeah, I know, but did you make up for it or did you end green? I mean, you're always green based on your last name. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you got it all back there, G. Now we're coming down a little bit. Well, oh, it did touch 900. I missed that. It touched 27,900 to the tick and turned around.
Around pretty aggressively too.
Yeah. It's like my cat's attacking something in the kitchen. Just trying to get through this 9 on the 1. Oh, bounces again. Just can't hold this down. There we go. Come on, purple forming. Can it get below the 9? Yeah, that's something in the kitchen. I can't really see what's going on out there. He might be getting beat up by like 50 mice. I'm not sure. Taking the short. Oh, no, I'm not. How did I get on the... Oh, that's why. Wrong chart. That makes sense. I bounced up, so I'm glad I didn't take it yet. We'll see if it comes back down.
Order filled.
Took the short. Seriously? I guess I should have stayed out.
Order
Bounced.
filled.
I'm out, and I think they just took my profit for the day. Oh no, I'm still up 14 bucks. It's one of those I have a feeling I should have had to stop at the ATR instead of at the top of the candle, but we'll see. This just doesn't want to die right now. Yeah, but in this case, USC, it's not one Jerry. There's lots of them, and I think they're formed a gang. I've seen a few of them wearing leather jackets. I think it said on the back of the jacket, Logan Street Rats, and with a Z instead of an S at the end of Rats. It's kind of sideways here. I think it wants to drift down, but I don't know for sure. Yeah, dripping back up toward 900. Oh, crude broke 100. Down to 99.55.
Wow.
So you know what this means? It means something's going to happen over the weekend to cause it to reopen on Sunday evening at like 110.
Yeah, just huge gap. It makes sense, honestly. It's a big run up, run down. It's a big run for a Friday.
That's rising up nicely there, G. Yeah, crude's bounced back above 100. And we see NQ coming down a little bit. I'm going to say, I still think that, like, these big banks or whatever just seem to automatically, if they enter an equity, they also short crude or vice versa. Oddly sideways now for like the last 20 minutes. Purple candle on the 5. Bounces back up. You seeing anything you like, Melody?
No, I'm kind of looking at maybe gold reversing back down, for at least pulling back. Just hit yesterday, or it hit last week's low. But I don't know. It moved up a lot. I mean, these bigger moves are tough because I want to look for the reversal, and then I don't want to get caught, you know, chasing the top.
Yeah. Yeah, JJ, I was thinking about you.
There's 7,300 on ES.
Yes, you would have, JJR. Wow. Ace, are you still here? Can you believe we're at 7,300 on ES? Yeah, we're back to 900 on NQ. Broke through it. 905. I mean, it's struggling at this point to get higher, but it's keeps you know, inching up. Pulls back there. But every little pullback has not really gone far. "13 points in 16 seconds. Nice. All right, now I am getting a setup on the 5. Let's hope it doesn't drop real quick. That it already gets down to the 9 on the 5 before the next 4.5 minutes. Well, there's a bounce anyway, so the setup just kind of went away, but we'll see what happens. Amazing. They are really amazing. What an odd flat line here. Huge rise up, and then it just lays down.
Kind of weird because, like, obviously a bunch of people aren't trying to enter, but I mean, not a ton of people are trying to take profits either. I really want to short crude, but I don't want to lose a trade, so I'm just kidding.
Wow, JJR. Wow. Beautiful. It's still giving me that short setup I said about 3 minutes ago. I said, I hope it doesn't move too much. It's literally at the same price I said that. Oh, I misread that, JJR. Thought you meant you
Order
were
filled.
up 878. Not in at 878. I apologize. I'm short. Eddie, what's your problem? Beautiful drop off that purple candle. Shooting for 850. 851 technically. There
Order
we go.
filled.
Target hit. 20 points. 71 to 51. That was textbook. My strategy that me and Claude have been working on for the past couple days. I'll show it here on the 5. 5. Oops. I can't change the chart on OBS. I hate it when I do that. So here's the 5-minute chart. You can see it's still going, but I'm okay with that. Purple candle outside of the blue. It showed me that taking the signals after the blue shaded area ends is the better option. And this targeting the 9 which is what I did there. Perfect setup, perfect working. Now I do have something else I'm trying out where I could go with 2 contracts. First one targets the 9, and the second one targets the 20 EMA. But right now, that 20 EMA is like, is that really the 20 EMA? Hold on. Make sure that's the right one. Yeah, the 20 EMA is actually 50 points less. So it would have to travel real far. Now, the strategy on that is that the stop on that second one would move the break even. So if it does stop out, it doesn't stop out for a loss. We'll see if it gets down to that. It'll be at 780. I don't have it plotted on the chart you guys see. So I know I've said this before, but most likely next week I'll be moving to the 5-minute chart. Possibly, depending on my test over the weekend, though, using the 5-minute chart to then look for entries on the 1-minute chart based on what the 5-minute chart is showing me, or just on the 5-minute chart. 5-minute chart back tests over the last 3 months on all the big assets, gold, oil, NQ, ES, and YM, have all shown a 60 to 70% win rate. So, I mean, there'd be no reason that I even need to look at the 1 minute technically, but I have a hard time sitting there and waiting for 5-minute setups.
That's stuff too. Like I feel like I'm always looking. I kind of go the opposite, where I'll look at the lower time frames and then check the 5. Or sometimes I'll just peek up at the 5 and I'll be like, wow, that looks really great. And then I'm like, I'll wait till the candle closes, and it closes in like 3 minutes and 45 seconds or something crazy. So I have that problem too. It's just like the 5-minute, it looks good a lot of the time, and then it can close just right off of where you're looking.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of this last candle. When I looked at it, it was over 3 minutes to go. I'm like, because technically there's no, I should not enter that based on that strategy if it's already down at the 9 EMA. But so that's why I was like, I hope it doesn't. Which is actually why I started wondering if if I could get better entries on the 1 and earlier entries, I guess I should say, for those candles that do that. Now, this is still dropping here, so you can see that I could have possibly targeted that 20 EMA, which is actually now sitting at 776. I think it was at 780 when I entered the trade. Let's see if it gets there. There it is. I would have got that second target on that. And that would have been, what was my entry? Hold on. My entry was 871. That would have been 100. No. Yeah? Really? No, wait. That can't be. Hold on. Make sure I'm right. Yeah.
Seems crazy, but we're moving. So 100 points, that'd be a
Yeah,
heck of a
that
trade.
would have been a 100-point trade. Holy wow. And, I mean, I guess, once again, Claude was right there. Can't praise it too much. It's going to get a big head. But, if I had taken these purple candles here that were in the blue area, this one would have stopped me, and that one would have stopped me. And this red candle over here would have stopped me. But this one, at once it was out of the blue, worked. Excuse me. So my ultimate goal is to combine this with my trend strategy, which of course is my blues with above the 9. So here and here both would have worked on those. This one would have failed. I still don't know what that, but technically it was still above the signal line, so that was probably not an entry. That was way too big. But so I think if I can start pulling these trades off and have the discipline and the whatever I need to actually execute the strategy, I think might finally be on the way to the promised land. just trying to bounce here now off that, kind of off that. You guys don't see it, but off the 20 EMA. It's they're engulfing candles. My script is a bit of a hybrid, but the basic script is you can get it on TradingView. Hold on. It's the engulfing candle detector by Dave Att. Doesn't want to die yet. Back up some here. This is just kind of weird. We spent like a half an hour in a very, very tight range, and then it just explodes down. Now it's moving back up with velocity too.
Really tough because like, well, and I mean, if this is the pullback, that's fine. But like, I'm looking at specific levels for it to pull back to, and it's so close. Like it made it so close to them. But now if it turns around without me, which is fine. Really glad I didn't shoot or short oil. I'm glad I didn't shoot it either, but I'm glad I did not short oil when I wanted to because it just went straight up from there. So.
Yeah, it's quite the bounce, and it is interesting. You know, let's go to it. Look at it here in the 5. That's the Dow. Look at it here in the 5. Let me turn off an indicator here and turn that one on. Enhance the color. There we go. So you can see I was in this blue shaded area coming down, 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 down. And then finally, if I try taking this one, I'm going to stop. And here, finally, the first one out of the blue. Beautiful move up. Would have been over 100 ticks. This is always a tough one for me here. If you let's look at a 5-minute chart. We came down. Give me a blue candle here, but we're below the 9. The RSI is below the signal line. I didn't really trust it. It went 20, but I didn't trust that blue candle there. We'll see if it continues back upwards now. So this could be an area where it's indecisive, tries to get back above that 9, but will it? Can it? Our sides are kind of indicating it wants to head down. All right, Platt. Don't let the day ruin your weekend. Come back fresh Monday. We'll see. We'll be here. Have a great weekend. How's everybody else doing? Red, green, purple, cyan. And there's a purple candle on the 5. Can it break it the 20th? Ah, not good to hear that, USC. Another bounce back up.
Way back up to where it was, but it couldn't go any higher still. Nothing can hold it down. Oh no.
Coming up to the top of the hour. We're about 35 minutes away from London close.
Like, we've had some pretty decent runs either before or right after the London close this week.
Yeah.
I just want to say this NQ business. Well, now it's going to break out of it, isn't it? As soon as I brought it up, which honestly, I hope it does, but it just flirts around the same level that I've got marked out.
It's weird how NQ's doing this. Goes on a run and then just goes completely sideways for a decent amount of time, big amount of time, then big run and then sideways again.
Yeah, it's just so weird. Like, I don't know. Algos probably go at a certain time. And so volume, I think some of it's just volume fluctuating. But that's been hard to track even this lately. And I guess if you're bored, I could always throw these DOMs on, just watch stuff fly around.
Well, oddly, I do enjoy. I mean, I can't trade NQ in a DOM, but I do enjoy watching a DOM.
That's kind of what I found too. And I do like to look at it when I'm in trades, and at least specifically on, like with rhythmic data, because I don't have to pay for level 2. Obviously, if I just paid for level 2 on TradeVate, I'd get the same stuff. But the column that I have like right to the either side of the price is technically like market orders hitting. And that information I like to see when I'm in a trade, because then it kind of shows you when volume's coming in one way or the other.
It's kind of like watching time and sales.
Yep, definitely. That's just a little like, and that's personal preference again. Like for some reason I can look at the DOM and not get overwhelmed, but time and sales gets me sometimes because it just moves.
Moving down just slightly. What, Teo? MR. Hello. Did I miss you coming in or? I just said hello, Amar. How are you? I said, did I miss you coming in? Because I wasn't sure if I missed you or not. Oh, I take it you know this from experience, Teo. There's a move down. But you keep coming back for more, Teo. Little bounce off a double bell on the one. Not sustained. Gold's trickled down too. So gold's back to running with the indices. I don't know what King's Day is.
They go on the down. I did. Okay. I just took a long in ES, and I don't know if it'll work.
Well,
But I have a reversal mark here, so.
I was gonna say it's kind of flashing a blue at me right now, and it's overextended on the RSI, so might be a very good slice. What's your entry?
72.74.25. And I've got like the 200 EMA, just under 72.72, I have VWAP right there. I have the overnight high at 72.71. And then that Fibonacci golden pocket garbage that I've been trading. And weirdly, it works. I hate it, but it works sometimes.
Do you have a target in mind?
Yeah, I was just pulling that up. Oh, it's not on this one. It's on this one. My target would probably just be 7,300. I'd go for highs, but that's close enough. And I don't want to get stuck getting reversed before the highs, which happens. So that's a really large target.
I'm looking at it, and on the 5, that 9 EMA that I look at, so important to me, is sitting at 72.80.
Ooh, that's a really good spot. 80 is a psychological number on ES that hits a lot and reverses a lot. So I'll probably take a really good peek when it gets there.
I didn't realize Holland had a king, MR. Yeah, stripe dropped him, you mean, MR? Um, I that doesn't surprise me, MR. Stripe dropped Blue Sky back when Josh was still at Blue Sky. They did it just like they did FFN with no warning, telling them that they didn't want to deal with prop firms. And I never understood how FFN had kept them all this time. Apparently, they didn't realize FFN was a prop firm, and they just figured it out. So it wasn't a surprise to me that it happened. Yeah, it's not a concern. It's not against FFN personally. It's Stripe not wanting to deal with with prop firms.
Yeah, I got that email and I was surprised they still had it. I was like, oh, I didn't even know anyone still had Stripe at this point in this business.
Keeps giving a little burst up and then pulls right back again. Are you gonna need a new keyboard, Teo, or is that a laptop?
I think PayPal's cracking down on their stuff too, though, pretty hard the last, I don't know, year or so. Of course, I only know that from my from the gray market peptide world, but I think because of stuff like that, PayPal's really cutting down.
It's interesting PayPal's cycle because way back in the day, PayPal was really, really strict. You were always worried your account was going to get limited for the stupidest thing. Then they went very lenient, and now they're kind of coming back a little bit.
Yeah, which is weird because now they have crypto too. Like they have their own crypto
Yeah.
that you can send back and forth. But my guess is they're like, well, this isn't really anonymous because we have your account info and we know where it's going. So I'm sure that's why they do that. But it is, yeah, it's been interesting.
So, uh, there you go. It hit 80 to the tick. Oh, no, it's above.
Oh, and it came back down. I was trying to take one off, but it didn't quite get there. Oh, come on. There. One off. I'll still try to ride that one probably up to the highs, but I'm going to move my stop to break even-ish. Like 75.50. That should do. Cool. I don't actually successfully take one off in Quant Tower very often, so that was fun. Glad you guys got to see that.
Is it a difficult process there?
I enter everything without the stop and the take profit, and then I add them in,
Okay.
and then that's just by the default volume or default contract amount. So then if I want to take one off, I have to enter a separate order, and then I have to cancel the other orders because otherwise it'll enter a contract. So it's just a personal problem and my lack of consistent quant hour use, but it's different. It's a little different.
This is the funniest headline of the week. White House, when asked about Iran submitting a proposal to Pakistan, we did not detail private diplomatic conversations. They've been detailing private diplomatic conversations this entire time on social media.
Yeah, I feel like every other headline is from a private conversation.
Is this bad, Teo? See, that's what you get for messing with DOMs. They'll put you in positions you're not comfortable with.
That just rolled out so clean. That was just smooth landing with that one.
Seriously, Teo, are you okay? Did you really enter a position you weren't planning on, and did it hurt you? Still rising again. IQ's rising a little faster than ES's. Okay, I guess the question is it recoverable?
Oh my gosh, you should start calling your broker. Be like, I need to cancel this trade, and then you say some safe word. Which, speaking of safe words and calling people, when I have a security system, and if it goes off and I don't answer, like fix it in time, and then they call, they're like, hey, is everything okay? Except I have to give them a password, and we set it up as the dumbest thing. Like, I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is, but it was some sort of like a color and then a pattern, like orange chevron. So like if you had to call somebody and tell them the most random thing, and then they're like your security system, it's a little awkward. So if you ever have to set one, make sure you feel comfortable saying it out loud to someone you don't know. I think it's going to go higher.
You still with that one?
Yep. I moved the stop up to 78. 75, 78.75, but it didn't come down to it yet, so it's still in it.
I'm getting a possible purple candle, the one that could possibly be a reversal signal here. Possibly.
I feel like on ES we're kind of at the top of this, like the top of the range from earlier, so it has to break through this to go any higher, of course.
Five minutes giving me no real signal. So technically I probably should stay, although I did get double bells on the one. I'm gonna have to get used to no longer relying on the one if I want to go to this 5-minute strategy. Unless the 5 minutes giving me a reason to look at the one. It's gonna be a hard habit to break.
Order filled.
I mean, you're just going to have to not have 1 minute charts almost. I feel like that'd be tough.
Yep.
I'd have a hard time.
There we go. See, I should not have entered their purple candle, but it's gonna stop me out. Maybe. Teasing my stop, it hasn't hit it yet. No, there it comes. Yep,
Order
no,
filled.
What prop, what platform, Teo?
I'm just going to start trailing this. I think it's a 9 EMA here. Mostly because I just don't want to give up these profits anymore. And it might keep going.
This is a nice trade
If not,
for
I
you.
think it could be stuck.
Very nice trade for you.
Thank you. I do appreciate when they go in my direction.
There's a pullback. I guess the other question is, what's the entry on that tail?
Okay, it just stopped me out. But I was just gonna say there was a bunch of orders, a bunch of buy orders at 83, and it came in. It just took them all. So now I'm like, I don't know. It'll probably still go higher, but I feel like it's stuck here for a bit.
I think Apex. I want to say Apex has a way to flatten orders from their website. I'm almost sure of it. Fortunately, it has a stupid two-factor authentication thing, so it takes me a while to get into it. 627242. Can't hurt to try. See ya, son. Oh, I also can't find it.
I was looking too. I don't see it anymore. And they have an article on how to flatten your Tradovate accounts, but it's just doing it through Tradovate.
Oh, okay.
So,
Dang it.
I wasn't finding anything either.
Teo, have you thought about downloading the Tradovate app real quick onto your phone and seeing if you can access it that way? I'm impressed, Teo, with your ability to continue making jokes while this is going on. All right, we have reached London close, and we see a pop-up there on London close, kind of like we've been seeing each day.
Interesting. Yeah, oil dropped too. So weird. Those last 30 minutes flew by.
Yeah, they did. I want to thank everyone for joining us. We'll be back on Monday, of course. Teo, let me know on Discord how that ending up for you, please. Have a great weekend, everybody. Enjoy your time away from the screens. And we'll see you Monday. Bye.